Scrappy peeps, welcome to my channel and the latest edition of Scrapbooking from Boys to Men, a series that I'm doing with my friend Christine as we move through the letters of the alphabet. This is the letter I for ice cream. I mean, what else would you use? So what we do is we have taken each letter of the alphabet. So we started with the letter of A, and we are scrapbooking boys or men, anything masculine, and using that letter as the inspiration for the page. So to just give you an idea of how you can scrapbook your toddlers, infants, teenagers, and grown men, and document their memories as well. So I have two sets of photos, so they're the same photos, 3x4. One of them is sort of antiqued and aged a little bit with photo editing, and then the other is just regular editing. And I wasn't sure which to go with because these papers are sort of muted, and I thought that maybe regular edit, which is what I normally do, might be too bold on these muted papers, but I actually like it because then it stands out distinct and your eye is drawn to it instead of the muted photos. So I am also working with the Cherry on Top collection from Fancy Pants, and so this was a kit from my scrap room kit from, I want to say this is over a year ago, so it would have been from the summer, so coming up on a year ago. I am just gonna work in, I really want that blue because the rest of the colors are sort of feminine, and so I felt by using the blue, which was also a solid and less patterned, it was a grounding force, and so that's why that's going to span all the way across the page. And then I'm just going to layer up some of the papers because the embellishments really are the ice cream in the patterned paper, that gives you the idea of the topic there. So I wanted something a little heavier up top to just tie in the weight of those photos so that there's balance of the density of things throughout the page. And so I will still layer things up to try and find that darker element up the top there. So I liked the way that the yellow cardstock behind the ice cream just sort of grounded the ice cream and gave it a stopping point. That journal card and the tag are not from the kit. That journal card is forever old and it's from Cocoa Daisy. None of these tags are from the kit. They were just extra that I used to embellish. All of those little trinkets in the star tray there are things that came with the kit. There are also, if you got the embellishment add-ons, you have the chipboard as well. So I felt like I needed something at the bottom, that I had a lot of floating elements in the top, let's say 3/4 of the page, and it felt like it needed something, especially I needed a little bit more pink or red to tie everything together, but also to kind of ground that bottom piece there. So I've committed to everything else. It's just kind of figuring out how I'm going to tie another element into that page there. So because the theme of the collection itself was ice cream, I really didn't have to do a whole lot in the way of embellishment. And so the letter today is I, and I will list in the description box all sorts of different I's that you can use. There were tons of things to come up with. Innovative was one of them, but I had a great story to tell because Nicholas had just gone to Wawa in search of his favorite Ben & Jerry's ice cream, which was a special release flavor or limited edition flavor, and he could not find it, but no matter, because Ben & Jerry's is his favorite ice cream anyway. And that's what the story here is about, my teenage boy and his ice cream and his quest for his favorite ice cream. So these are really old from my stash. They're just banners, and so I wanted to do fave, so that the title ends up really being favorite ice cream. It's just a little bit disjointed because fave is up the top there, but it all goes together when you look at it as the whole overall picture. So this is my selection of embellishments that come with the kit, and I'm just going to pop that up. It is going to cover the bottom of the photo, but that is fine because I feel like it guides your eye, and really the top third of that left-hand photo is really the only important one. So it's a picture of him digging into the ice cream, and then the picture on the right is a close-up of how he jabs his spoon into the very frozen ice cream, and his next favorite flavor that is more regularly available there. I'm going to layer up the embellishments. I had toyed with the idea of maybe putting some paper layers behind the photos, but because of that busyness of the ice cream pattern paper, I felt like it really wasn't necessary. I'm going to use that banner behind Delish to kind of give it something to sit on so that it doesn't just seem like it's randomly floating there, and then tie in the colors of the busy pattern paper to that embellishment cluster there. So this is where I decide I really need the red, and I also have space to fill there that I really need to fill. I had put things too high up on the top part of the page, and I knew I didn't want the title down there. So that ripped paper served really well to not only integrate red, and you really have a visual triangle of that red between the banner up top, the banner under Delish, and then this red. There's that trio of three that moves your eye down the page as well as fills that space there nicely. Um, old chipboard stickers from my stash, and I liked that they were craft as well, that brought in the ice cream cones from the pattern paper as well as the craft tag that's behind the darker photos, and integrated all of that very nicely. And you know, here we go with the Suzanna title shuffle. What layout would be complete? What process video would be complete if I didn't keep moving things around? And then I have already pieced together this cluster, but I'm just going to commit to it. Again, I'm going to pop off this, I think it says at the dairy, off of the tag so that it just creates a little bit of dimension on the page. These tags are from Recollections, so from Michael's, and don't come with string. I think they come with just plain white baker's twine, and so I decided to add the pink to pull that pink into the top of the layout as well. And then you saw there also from my old Tuesday morning stash some Maggie Holmes label, and that's more cream colored than the white that is throughout the layout, but I liked the way that it pulled the pink in a little bit more color into the side of the page there. I don't know if you saw, but I also had pulled out one of my Carrie Bradford stamps, and it just says February, so that there's a date on there. That is this year, so recently. Obviously, the pictures were taken for this intent. And now with my selection of the kit came these sort of sky blue, baby blue enamel dots, but I'm going to swap some of them out for different colors. Again, old stash, you can see that from my mind's eye there, and it's going to end up that I have 3 clusters of enamel dots, one pink, one yellow, one of the baby blue, and again, there's that visual triangle that will move your eye around the page. And there's actually multiple visual triangles, but that's okay because each one, it's obvious where you're going to go. So you see I put some black up the top there. I'm also going to put some black underneath ice cream, and that way I have shots of black throughout the layout that create balance to it. So part of the add-on from the kit, I really, from the beginning of this layout, and I forgot till the very end, I knew I wanted that chipboard spoon because you can see the spoon in the photo, and it just sort of pulls everything together and fills that space out nicely. So my usual turn everything upside down for the tying of bows in order to get the bow to face the right way, hang the right way on the layout. That's a trick that I learned ages ago when I designed for this twine company that is no more. So that is going to wrap it up. Be sure to head over to Christine's channel. I'm not sure if she is ready to join us again, but every Friday, the second and fourth Friday of the month, we are going to move on to the next letter. So enjoy the close-ups. I hope you are doing well. Thanks for stopping in today. Come back again soon. Take care.